Welcome! Thank you for joining me as we continue on in our series on learning the Hebrew alphabet. Now I hope that as you go through these letters and their meanings, that something will start within you, a passion, a desire to look into this further and deeper, as these are just simple, basic, foundational teachings to introduce you to the meanings of each letter. Then at the end of the series, we're going to combine some of these meanings together, and you're going to see how deep and wonderful and powerful these meanings reveal when understood from the Hebrew perspective. So with that being said, let us now move on to the 13th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is the letter Mem. Let's have a look at this in the square script. This is the halfway point, if you like, of the Hebrew alphabet. So this letter is the letter Mem, and it's spelt with two M's, if you like. There is really nothing that looks like this in the English language. Now let's have a look at this letter in the Paleo. As you can see, it looks nothing like the modern square script. It's quite different. The last script we will look at is the pictograph, which are like pictures of the letter that it's representing. The pictograph for the letter Mem is, as you can see, this wavy horizontal line. It is a bit similar to the Paleo, but again it's different from the square script above. It looks like a stick figure drawing of ripples of water or a swell. Now let's have a look at these three forms next to one another. You can see there on the left hand side the modern square script. In the middle is the Paleo, and on the right is the pictograph. And you can see the similarities between the pictograph and the Paleo. And you can see how it's changed. And we've ended up with the modern square script, going from a stick figure picture drawing of water, which is carried through to the Paleo, but then it changed when it came to the square script. This letter is one of 5 Hebrew letters that have a final form. The final form is found when the letter is the final letter of a Hebrew word. Here is the letter in its normal and final form. And one can see both the forms in the word Mem, which is the Hebrew word for the letter Mem. You see there at the front is the normal form, and the last letter is the final form. And down below you see the normal form on the left hand side and the final form on the right. So this letter Mem is a really good example of the normal and final forms together. Some of the meanings of this letter are water, chaos, might, blood, out of, from, and how. Some of these meanings can be seen in the pictograph and Paleo scripts as they show the shape of water and even rough or chaotic waters, and it can be seen in the pictures of the letters. Now, some of the Hebrew letters that start with the letter Mem are as follows. The first word I want to show you is Me'ah, and this is the word for 100. The numerical value of 100 in Hebrew is a Me'ah. The next word that starts with the letter Mem is pronounced Midbar. And it has the meaning of wilderness, desert. And this is the Hebrew name for the book of Numbers. English uses the word Numbers for the book of Numbers, but the Hebrew word is actually Bamidbar, which means in the wilderness or in the desert, which has significance on its own. The next word I want to show you is pronounced muth, and this is the word to die, kill, or death. The Hebrew word muth. Another Hebrew word is pronounced makar, and it means tomorrow, in time to come, or in the future. So this is their word for tomorrow, makar. Another Hebrew word which is used all throughout the scriptures is pronounced mayim, and it's the word for water or waters. And this is one of those few Hebrew words that has a singular and plural form in the same word. So mayim can be singular as in water or plural as in waters. And obviously context will show you what the form is. The next word I want to show you is pronounced malay, and this is to fill, to be full or filled. And this word is also used a lot, especially in creation, when Yahweh filled the oceans with life or filled the skies with birds. Another Hebrew word that starts with mem is melech, and this is the word for king, melech, or sovereign. The next Hebrew word is pronounced matzah. Matzah, some of you may be familiar with this word. This is the word for unleavened bread. And without leaven, it's actually the word used for the feast of unleavened bread. It's called matzah, the week of matzah, the week of unleavened bread. And the last word I want to show you that starts with the letter mem is pronounced mashak. Mashak. And this means to smear, anoint, to spread with a liquid, or to separate out. Now this three-letter root, mashak, is the root for Mashiach, which in English is pronounced Messiah. So what's a Mashiach? A Mashiach is one that is anointed. So there were many Mashiachs throughout the Bible. You had kings and high priests that were anointed, but there is only one, the Mashiach, which is obviously Yeshua HaMashiach, which is pronounced in Hebrew. We would say Jesus Christ in English, but the scriptures say it is Yeshua HaMashiach, the anointed one. So there are obviously other words that we could cover. Some of these words I have covered you may be familiar with. Others I have highlighted as that, again, they have quite a different meaning than what the English translations reveal. There are some words that have a relationship with the meaning of the letter mem, like mayim, the water or waters, and mashak, the spreading of a liquid on a person or thing. Next time, I'll be teaching about the 14th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is the letter Nun. So until then, may Yahweh watch over you and your loved ones. So until next time, Shalom.
Thank you for watching. We pray that this teaching has been a blessing to you. For more information, please go to www.ancientfoundationbiblefellowship.com. Shalom.